This week we're looking at the Pixelator, and here is the Pixelator. I've already opened this. I've been using it for like 2 or 3 months or something like that. Who knows what time is in 2020, you know? The Pixelator allows you to more easily get camera scans by holding your film flat and giving you a frosted surface which diffuses light for backlighting, which helps you get cleaner and more color consistent scans. You can see on the website all the different options you have for it, like different gates and different parts and even community source things, so I think that's really cool. And of course, if it's a camera scanning device, you need some film to scan. So instead of just recycling some old film, I decided to get some new stuff. So I did this little shoot with Allie recently, and I shot a lot of slide film and pretty much mostly slide film. And I wanted to take advantage of Ektachrome's ability to get really accurate and saturated color. So I really laid on the gels and really worked hard to get something. This was pretty risky to shoot at 100, honestly, and to do this kind of lighting, at least on the fly like I was doing. You could see that I metered quite a bit, but still, I just wanted to kind of see how fast and loose I could play with Ektachrome, and I really enjoy the saturation of the colors and all these colors going on. And I also brought a little fog machine too for a little atmosphere. And you will see also in a little bit that on top of using the Pentax 645N, I also used a Canon A2 with the 135 soft lens. Huh? Oh no, that has not happened before. Anyway, it comes something like this. I already have it set up, so obviously it didn't come like that. Basically this frame, it's a frosted piece of plastic that's semi-translucent, and it's got these little notches where it fits in, and it seats in pretty well. It's not always perfect or flush, but it's close enough. If you can see right here. I don't know if that's picking up or not. That's where your film goes. I'll show you this in a minute, buddy. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, okay, stay. I can actually handhold this for a minute. And for some reason, I lost the audio for this section, but in short, I had to meter a lot to make sure that I was going to get something usable on slide film, as a lot of people know slide film is really unforgiving. But I also wanted to get a variety of looks and really push what worked with traditional lighting, and I want it to be non-traditional. And since I have you here, those little plastic pieces that you use to configure the film setup, those are called gates. I think I forgot to put that in there altogether. But yeah, how's that for dropping in a factoid in the middle of a video? And this was a warmer and cooler combination. I didn't bring a proper amount of reflectors for the gels I was using, so I had to improvise it. But the thing is, I knew these were going to be tighter, more headshot-like things, so I didn't care if it covered that little portion of the wall where you see it fall off. And in fact, I thought maybe that would be something interesting to play with. I also wanted to work with 2 lights so that I could not only cross the colors and everything, but I could also color the shadows on one side and the other. And then we tried this hallway setup, kind of a little Halloween style, I guess. And while I was shooting this and making a panoramic stitch of the medium format film, I will put a playlist of my camera scanning videos at the end of this, by the way, so you can understand some of what I'm doing. But you basically take 2 pictures and you merge them together like a panoramic landscape. And sometimes it doesn't work, but usually it does. But this time it didn't work because of the low detail of the surroundings, these dark surroundings. But you'll see that in a minute how I solved that situation. And after a little bit in the hallway, we decided to shake it up a bit and do some window light photos. And I shot these on Lomo 800, as I'll probably mention again, and once again, still re-recording audio. And I'd like to thank my patrons listed here. If you'd like to join my Patreon and get early access and discounts for zines, I still have zines for sale, by the way. You got about a week and a half, and 2 weeks actually. So you should get on that, and that'd be awesome. But I really liked this soft window light. It was very dim. The video makes it look a lot brighter than it really was. But yeah. You can see the Canon soft focus and full effect, but I also used a diffusion on the Pentax, but it wasn't nearly as effective or powerful as what I used on the Canon because it was lens based instead of filter based. And you lose a lot of detail, but the detail you have is pretty sharp, and that's what I really like about it. And with this strange and otherworldly coloring, I really enjoy the feeling that there's something hyper-real going on, and that's one of the reasons I use the fog too. And these were just simple window light portraits, and these were on Lomo 800, by the way. And I used a tripod, and there's not much to it, just trying to take some nice, softer looking photos since we were there. And this is where I tried to get creepy, and the stitching did not work well, but I kind of like it. It's kind of disjointed, kind of got a haunted house feel to me. And here, just a few more I did. And I've really enjoyed it. Is it probably as handy as the negative supply little film gadget or Ethan Moses's super brilliant Mongoose? No. But this can do small strips of film. It's got a lot of variety. You don't have to buy two film carriers to do 35 and 120 and 4x5 and stuff like that. You get it all in one. It does make it faster than the cardboard cutout I had on top of a piece of glass that I used for, it's got to be a couple of years. If I had a 3D printer, this would be a really cool thing to play with, because you can make your own gates, and if they like your gates enough, they'll put it on their website, which is super cool. As you saw on the website, they have it where you can order an extra film gate. I would probably order one of those and maybe sand it or burnish it a little bit to open up just a little bit more for 120. It also has different configurations drawn on the box for until you get more used to it. It's made by Hamish Gill, who does 35mmc, the website, which if you haven't checked it out, it's totally worth checking out. It's good photo content. But for $50 or less, it's a great deal. It's a huge time saver if you do much camera scanning at all. And short of being able to afford a Mongoose or negative supply carrier, or even some of the cheaper alternatives, I'd say it's a good answer. It holds things pretty straight. It allows you to do a pretty fast workflow. And I think with modifications in the future, it'll get even better. So I have no complaints, especially for the price. I recommend it. I need like a rating system or something like In an Instant has, but I don't have that. So hopefully that answered enough of your questions you have about this. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, so feel free to do with that as you wish. If you're into film photography and enjoy behind-the-scenes footage of sessions and shop talk like this, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss an upload and my monthly live discussions. And don't forget to like the video for the algorithm either. Thanks!